It's George Tyndall, and I'm back again. And we're not going to talk meteors or meteorites this time. We're going to talk about the biggest hoax ever pulled over on mankind. It's called, Al Gore called it global warming. People call it climate change. And I'm going to use what the information out there that's available. But I'm going to piece things together for you, and I'm going to show you so you will understand. Now, you don't have to be educated. You don't have to have a degree to go outside and know that it's hot and that the sun doesn't feel comfortable like it used to 20, 30 years ago. People could lay in the sun and not have too much of a problem. Now, new study confirms global temperatures are still rising, but find no evidence climate change is accelerating the process. Okay? This is the article. Okay, now you got to go look up things like heat dome and understand things. Okay. Now, atmospheric pressure is caused by gravitational attraction of the planet on the atmospheric gases above the surface. And is the function of the mass of the planet, the radius of the surface, and the amount of the composition of the gases and their vertical distribution in the atmosphere. Now, this is the point that I've been trying to get across, but the educated people don't want to listen. Now, with that being said, you go to rockets and rocket launches and fuel. Every time a rocket launches, it produces a plume of exhaust in its wake that leaves a mark on the environment. These plumes are filled with materials that can collect in the air over time, potentially altering the atmosphere in dangerous ways. Now, I can't be any more clear about that. You look up what your heat dome does and how your heat dome happens to be there. It has to do with atmospheric pressure and things like that. But like I said, people are going to believe what they want. I'm supposed to be the stupid one. Okay, but it's here Mr. Stupid's got a little photo show that your experts don't have because they're not looking in they're not looking in areas that they should be looking in. 2016, I took a photo shoot. Okay? I took that photo. Now, if you notice, the next photo, look at the skyline. That's caused by a different light. There is a light that is brighter than the sun. Okay? These two pictures were taken within seconds of each other. Maybe 1 second of each other. You look at the skylines in them. Then you look at the skylines in this picture, where it starts to turn blue. And then this picture, where it gets darker blue. And this picture. Now, people want to say it's glare. This is not glare. It's a different type of light. What is glare? Okay, what is glare? Glare is this. This is what a picture of glare looks like. This was 2016. Okay, now I went out and took some pictures today. Compare the pictures. Look at the skyline. Look at the color of the skyline. And this is what I'm trying to explain to people. The harmful rays on the sun are getting through. They're getting through the mesosphere because people are screwing around with it by putting rocket fuel into it. And you don't have to believe me if you don't want. But you look at the glare on the sun in this picture, and then you compare it to the sun in this picture. There's another light in this picture that is blocking out a lot of the glare from the regular rays of the sun that are supposed to get through. Now, if you think it's bizarre and weird, well, it is. But you can't figure it out unless you're looking for it, and unless you're actually out there doing things. Now, here is a picture of one side of the sky. This is the side facing the sun. Now, let's compare it to this side that wasn't facing the sun at all. Notice how you hardly got any glare coming off the sun. And it's almost like, sort of like a purplish color, but you got a clear blue sky facing away from the sun. Now, whether people want to believe it or not, that's your choice. But I'm telling you right now, you're going to continue to bake and roast and get hot. And you'll be lucky if some fires just aren't ignited by this. Why am I posting this stuff now? Why do I post the stuff that I have and the stuff that I know about? One, I'm trying to help. Two, I know down the road I'm going to be right. I'm going to be right about this. No question about it. Now, if the experts out there and the scientific people aren't as dumb as what I think they are, somebody knows this. But it's because it's all about money. It's not all about saving the planet. There's a right way to save the planet, and there's a wrong way. The right way is to get everything back into balance. Fortunately, I know how to do that, but like I said, I'm a dummy, I'm an idiot, and that's what people want to refer to me as, and that's fine. There's a lot of ways to fix this stuff just like that, but people don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. You want to address the wrong things. And I'm going to tell you, cows farting and gas burned in a Ford Pinto for the last 100 years does not cause the warming problem. And I don't care how much money you want to invest. If you're not addressing the right problem, all it does is just become a bigger problem. And that's what's going to happen. But I'm putting it out here ahead of time. Maybe somebody will pull their head out of the rear end and figure it out. It doesn't take that much to figure this stuff out. Besides knowing what I know, knowing what I've seen. But like I said, all I can do is try and help. But from what I'm seeing, what I've taken in my pictures recently and in 2016, the change is there. How bad it is, I don't know. I don't know how bad it is. I know it's going to get a lot worse. It'll get a lot worse, and it may not get better. I noticed by looking at the trees and the plants too. We're not that far in the summer, and I got leaves on the fig tree that are starting to wilt already. I've got fruit that is ripening, and it's not even getting that big. And all sorts of stuff falling off of trees. I'm telling you, and I'm going to continue to do it, it's the harmful rays that are getting through. They've never really gotten through before like they are now, so nobody really knows anything about it. Nobody knows anything how to monitor them. Because everything was fine. Everything was fine until people had to get out there and try to go inhabit Mars and get out there for the quest, the power and the glory and everything in space. When you're going to turn around and look back and the Earth's going to be on fire. And might most likely look like Mars by the time everything's over with. But now people can look things up. They can look at my evidence that I present out there. You can believe, you don't have to believe. You can watch, you don't have to watch. But I'm telling you, I'm telling it straight as it is. I'm not going to lie to people because I'm not about the almighty dollar. It's about knowing the truth and going in the right direction. Now, if everybody wants to continue to believe that fossil fuels is the problem, you can do it. But if you look up how much methane gas is released from the bottom of the ocean floor, how much volcanic eruptions do, what is in the volcanic eruptions, the gases and everything, being pumped into the atmosphere, you take that and you combine that rocket fuel and you lay it right over the top of that, it's just a disaster waiting to happen. But like I said, a lot of people are going to have to die in some people's eyes in order for them to understand this. Anyways, we'll call that good